Hello, peaceful leader. Sometimes I feel my whole life has been one big rejection. Marilyn Monroe. This beautiful quote says that we all experience rejections, but for some reason we just think that we are unique and no one really gets rejected. The truth is, every single one of us has rejected someone or has been rejected once or much more than that in life. Today we are going to speak about what makes someone get rejected, the misconceptions, and two keys that would help you stop getting this fear of being rejected. And I will start with sharing my own experience. For 7 years, around middle school until age of 21 or 20, I had a crush on some girl, and that crush had made me to suffer so much. I tried to repress my feelings, and therefore I used to just not being who I am. Every single place she walked, I was there. She went to math or English classes, I was there. Just wanted her to pay attention to me, to see me around, and therefore I was just there but never presented myself. I was so afraid to get rejected until that one day I remember that we went, me, a friend, and she with some friend of hers, and we went to some bar. It was Nargila bar, and I remembered smells of oil and things that are fried. And when we are walking and being in there for some times, I've decided that today is going to be this day, because just the day before my friend told me, Raz, why would you suffer and bury that feeling inside of you? Why do you need this burden, that stone in your heart that you do not even share with her? What do you feel? And that clicked. For the first time I've decided, and in that rainy, stormy day when we are in the bar, I told her, hey, can we go out for a moment? And she said yes. And I went with her out of the bar. I pushed some people to the side. It was rainy, so we tried to find some corner that was not rainy. And with the little energy that I had, I told her how I feel. Well, from that day, my life never have been the same again. That stormy, rainy day made me to be the new version of myself. I finally got, yes, you guessed that right, I finally got rejected. She rejected me. It was not unpleasant or the end of the world, but yes, it was a rejection. For some reason, I felt so relieved. I felt good about myself that I finally did it. And to be honest, it made me even better feeling than she was maybe saying yes, because all of that burden of what we are going to do right now just went away. So today we are going to talk about the tools that I have used over the years to overcome time after time rejection and make rejection part of my success, to be today with every single thing that I wanted, because I have faced that fear, and I hope it's going to help you as well. Let's begin. So first off, what is rejection? Rejection is part of your success, but let's talk about what you really feel. It is you wanting to have confidence, to have strength within yourself, but something within you, a fear, stopping you from saying what you want, presenting who you are, showing yourself, make yourself seen, and it's mainly hurt you. That's why you're here. And I'm proud of you that you are doing that for yourself. This is part of the solution. So rejection is mainly the fear of getting rejected from someone and do not get the love that we want, or the need that getting hurt is wanting to be loved, get the affection, validation, and maybe even to be liked by other human beings as we are, and do not really be someone else. For me it was, I do not want to be that cocky, arrogant person or man that would be show-offing whoever he is not. I wanted to be authentic and to be real. And because I was pretty introverted and sensitive or even shy, I wanted to present who I really am. I was a people pleaser, so it was really hard for me to really say that I feel something. And all around me I see men that just talking to girls, and I'm like, what should I do? I couldn't really say what I felt and communicate who I really am, and to be honest, I didn't really know who I really was. So maybe you are afraid of presenting yourself, and we are going to talk about the mistakes, the 3 mistakes that you have about rejection, so it will help you get rid of that, and then about the 2 keys. So as we already said, Self-love and acceptance, which I've made videos about it, and you can see the link up here and click on it to see what it's about. We need to love ourselves and accept ourselves in order to really be okay with getting rejected. I want to tell you that it's not only you overcoming who you were, it's mainly you understanding that you have to get rejected to succeed in anything. You want to approach a girl? You have to get many rejections. Do you think those guys that get in a lot of girls have not get rejected? Oh, you have no idea. They had, and you can check that. If you want to get raised in your workplace or talk to a client and you're afraid of getting rejected, again, those successful business owners or bosses, do you think they have not rejected before? They had. But you know what? They know that it's part of their success and they know that it is crucial. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, he had to fail 1,000 times. Some would say that it was 10,000 times, but let's say 1,000 times. And he failed so many times just to get this one time that he finally succeeded. All of those times he failed, right? And you maybe think that you are failing when you are getting rejected, but no, this is you getting closer and closer toward your success. Think that if you're a salesperson, as I was, maybe you understand that, oh, they will reject me, they will think that I'm not good or whatever you are thinking. But think that it is some bag with a lot of balls, and there is one red ball and all of the other balls are black. You need the red ball, and there are 10, let's say 10 black balls and one red ball. You need to take out without seeing the red ball. And in order to do so, you need to take every single time one ball and see. If you take the first time this black ball, it is getting you closer or farther from getting the red. Well, the logic wants you to say no, but the actual answer, you know, it's yes. When you take one black ball, you're getting closer to the red one, and therefore every single rejection getting you closer to where you wanna be. If you take 5 black balls out of the bag, now you have much more rate of success to get the red ball. Let's talk right now about the misconceptions and mistakes that we are doing about rejection. So now the mistakes that we are doing are very simple. The first mistake is taking personally. When you take things personally, you mainly say, oh, it's all about me, it's about me, and it is just so boring. We think so much that the sun just shine out of because we think this is all there is. We think this is the only thing that exists and this is I am. And it's not the truth. There are other human beings all around you. They just have their other needs. And therefore you need to understand that we all have needs. Tony Robbins talks about 4 main needs. We all have the need of certainty, variety, love, and significance. There are 2 other needs, but those 4 needs are the most basic ones. And you give him this need, and his need is met, and therefore it will be much easier to communicate, to influence this person. When you do not really answer the need of someone else, you are much more likely to get rejected, to feel worse about yourself. So when you take things personally, you avoid the other person's needs, and not only you are not just trying to give others what they need, you are mainly just rejecting yourself and do not give yourself the needs that you want to have. I've made this video about emotional control. You can see it down below or up here, so you can learn more about emotional control and have much more control when you're getting rejected. But the mistake that we are doing is we take it too personally. We think that it's all about me, it's all about that I'm not good, and we take that as a strike of our self-worth. And it's not about our self-worth, it is about our progress, it is about who we're really becoming when we are getting rejected. Walt Disney had to get so many rejections. One of the places he was visiting told him that he is not creative enough. He has no imagination. Walt Disney, can you imagine that? And now he has like the biggest empire in the entire world, so many areas that he is influencing. And you think yourself that he was not rejected even more than those times, that people didn't tell him how bad he was at what he's doing? but he had to go beyond it. He had to look forward. So the first mistake, don't take it personally. It's not about you. The next mistake and misconception is people overestimate what is the impact of rejection. They overanalyze what it means. What is the impact of that on myself and my self-worth, and it is not really the truth. Rejection is part of being successful. You cannot really get the strike, the goal, the win without getting rejected and feel that learning. There is a beautiful sentence that I keep repeating, that failure is just a feedback for growth. And therefore, when you want to succeed, you need to take failures or rejections as part of your success. Means, what can I learn from that? So do not take the impact of seeing yourself not having that result that you want as a failure. Because think that you are with your friends and you all see that beautiful girl and one of you actually go out and hit on her. What do you think about him? That he is a failure if he came back without her? Or he said that he couldn't really succeed, get her number? Or do you think that he's kind of a badass that he actually approached her, right? Same with trying to get the raise in your job, or trying to have the sales course, or having this other reputation to get what you want. Get through that fear of rejection is about trying again and again. And this is the best way to overcome it and understand this is never about yourself and you should not get your self-worth out of that. There is no impact on your self-worth when you're getting failed. The third mistake of getting rid of this fear of rejection is just avoiding. I used to do that my whole life. I thought that if I would just be in the side of the crowd, look at them, observe them, finally they would notice me. No, it will never happen. Unless you engage, you communicate, you do the step, you initiate, no one would ever notice your existence. I know that you are maybe this kind of introverted man or woman that I was, and that's alright. I know that feeling. I had no idea how to explain to you that I was in your shoes, and that's alright. This place of yours is a great place, but avoiding those situations wouldn't get you closer to where you want. Stop avoiding. Let's approach these two keys that will help you get rid of the fear of rejection. The first key is get rejected. I know that you hate to hear that, but yes, you have to get rejected more and more and more. One of the mentors that I had, and someone that I also heard in some podcast, said, I just wait to get the haters, the rejections, the failures, because then I know that I'm making a progress. And what it really means is we have to try, fail, get up, and then move forward. And lean forward when you fail. Means do not just lay back on the ground when you fail or get rejected. Say to yourself the things that you would be your best friend. Be a friend of yourself. What would you say to your friend if he would fail on doing something? Would you go down on him and tell him what you tell to yourself? How bad he is? How failure? Or whatever you think about yourself? Or would you be a good friend, as I know you are, and tell him, that's no worries, get up, try again. Maybe next time you can do this or that. Or ask him what you can learn from that, which is a great leader's questions. Or whatever question that would lead you to where you want. So get rejected as much as you can. Approach the next time you want to hit on a girl or a man or whatever it is. Get in new clients and get rejection. Do it either way. Try to go out there, put yourself, and even fail. Come to get rejected. When you come to get the no, it is much easier to get the yes. When you come with so much scarcity and you come with so much fear, you will not be able to put yourself out there and be who you really are. You would be so fearful of being failure, so no one would really see you as a fit to who they want to be, because people like people who are like them. And if they see their old version of themselves that is not really who they wanna be, or someone that they are today, means someone that may be confident, they wouldn't really want you around them. So be out there, be embarrassed, get rejected, and I promise you, you will be just more than fine. You will feel good about yourself instead of feeling bad that you didn't try, you just was all around, people looked at you, you looked at them, and you did nothing. The second key, and this is one of the most important things that you have to hear today, is cross the line in the sand. I want you to allow yourself to imagine for a moment these next situations. If you need, close your eyes. I want you to think that this fear of rejection still control you. It still control you not today, but 1 year from now. I want you to imagine your life 1 year from now when this problem is still exists in your life. What would happen if 1 year you still have this problem? What other problems arising when it still exists? What people think of you? What do you see in front of the mirror when you still have this problem 1 year from now? What other aspects of your life has started to be affected from that? What other problems have you created from not solving that fear of rejection? Now I want you to go beyond that, and if you need to stop every time, stop the video and write it down. Now I want you to go 5 years from now. This problem still exists and it got worse because you have not solved that. What's happening right now when that problem still exists in your life? You still do not control this fear of rejection and it is controlling you. Is your energy high or low? What do you tell to yourself every single day when you look at yourself in the mirror? What other aspects of your life got hurt? What people around you, your friends, your family thinks about you? What about your career? What do you think about yourself every single day? And now I want you to go 10 years from now. This problem just got worse and worse and worse. What do you think of yourself right now? How does your life look like? What do you tell yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror? What are the most dominant emotions in your everyday life when this fear of rejection is still controlling you? Let it be inside of your body. Feel those emotions. Do not ignore them. Yes, I know it's pretty painful. I know it's not really pleasant, but it's alright. I want you to be in that place of 10 years from now. This problem is still exist. Do you have those relationships that you want? Do you have this body that you want? Do you have the kind of health that you desire and want? Do you have the business or the career that you wish to have? Now you can open your eyes if they were closed. I want you to shake your body for a moment. We want to break that state. Now, I want you to, again, close your eyes for a moment if you want. And I want you to imagine the situation that you have made the next step and you solve that problem. Fear of rejection is no longer controlling you, but you see that fear within you, but it's not controlling you anymore. What happens 1 year from now? I want you to be 1 year from now your version, the best version of yours that already overcame that. What is that energy of yours right now? Do you have high energy or low energy? Are you more confident or less confident? What do you feel about yourself when you look at the mirror? What do you tell yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror? What other people think of you when you already after this problem and that issue? Now I want you to go 5 years from now when that problem is no longer in your life, it's much behind you, it is just another phase of your life, it is no longer part of you. 5 years from now, this problem is out in the past. What do you see in the mirror? What do you feel in your everyday life? What do you tell yourself every single day? I want you to feel those feelings. What other human beings thinks about you? What other aspects of your life getting affected from you don't have fear of rejection anymore in your life? What other achievements you have made in your life? What new feelings and emotions are available for you? What kind of people are around you? New people. what the old people in your life thinks about you right now, how beautiful your life is. What about your health, your body? How do you look like? Do you feel more fulfilled or less fulfilled? Do you feel that you are happier or you don't? Feel all of those sensations and allow them to arise. And now I want you to see yourself 10 years from now. 10 years from now, this problem is out there of another lifetime of yours and it's much behind you. Now, what do you see? How do you see yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror? You wake up in the morning 10 years from now, this problem is no longer in your life. What about your energy? Is it high or low? What do you think about yourself? What do you see in the mirror? What do you tell yourself every single day? Do you love yourself? Or do you hate yourself when this problem is no longer part of your life? Feel those great feelings and that energy. What other aspects you have made better and better? What about your career? What about your friends and your relationships? Where do you live? When this problem is no longer part of your life, what other achievements have you made? What other issues that you had are no longer part of your life? What other aspects of your life got better and better as a result of solving this one simple thing? Allow yourself to feel all of those sensations and feelings, and I want you to ask from the 10 years from now self of yours. Ask for advice. I want you to write down this advice, this piece of advice that 10 years from now of yourself is telling you. This one advice is you after 10 years that you solve that problem of this fear of rejection and it is no longer part of who you are. Now, after yourself 10 years from now gave you the advice and you wrote everything you wanted, I want you to think about one simple little action that you can do today. One thing that your 10 years from now self know to do, and you can implement that little thing, that little simple thing that maybe looks stupid to you, but it is getting you closer to who you want to be without this fear of rejection. Maybe it's approaching someone, maybe it's asking for something that you wanted, maybe it's expressing on or influencing someone that you wanted for years, but it is something that you are going to do today. So, after you have made this one step and you ask yourself what is that one thing that you can do, let's recap on everything that we learned today. So we talked about rejection and what it really means. We also saw the three main misconceptions that people usually do. One is taking rejection personally. Two is overestimating the impact of rejection. We take it too personally and we think this is about ourselves and our worth. But this is just part of this journey of succeeding and being someone that lives on his own terms. And the third mistake is avoiding it. And then we talk about two keys that help you to get beyond this fear of rejection. One is get rejected. Just do it. I know it sounds hard, but you felt how it feels like 10 years from now with not really solving that and not overcoming that. And I bet it was not really fun, right? So first off, get rejected. Do this one little thing and go out there to get rejected. It will make it easier and easier. And Dr. Viktor Frankl actually teach that. He was survivor of the Holocaust, and you can see the 10-meter height fall, the near-death experience that I had in the link up here to learn more about Viktor Frankl and the three main questions that can change your destiny. And one of the things that Viktor Frankl teaches is do those things that you're most scared about. If you're afraid to be embarrassed, just do it. If you're afraid to get rejected, just do it. And you know, Nike did say it the best, just do it. And one last thing, cross the line in the sand. This is the exercise that we did. We crossed the line in the sand that we saw what it's look like 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 1 year from now, when this problem still control ourselves. and then we went 10 years from now when this problem is no longer exist. And I hope it made amazing value for you. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe to this channel and put the notification on so you will not miss any new video that we upload. Thank you for the opportunity to give service and value. I love you a lot. You are the peaceful leader of your life.